All right, guys, so here's the video for the 12-4 constructions review, day 2. This is what's included in the packet. So we're going to look at bisecting an angle, constructing perpendicular lines from a point that's on the line, and perpendicular lines from a point that's off the line. And then we're also going to take a look at medians and altitudes. So medians and altitudes, I just threw those in there just because one of the bonus point on the quiz is going to be one of these. I'm not telling you which one, but the bonus point will be one of these two constructions. So I just gave practice if you guys wanted that in case you didn't already know how to work through it. So looking at creating an angle bisector, right, which is just, again, that's the same thing as just bisecting an angle, it's just worded differently. We have all of these steps here, okay, but again, I'm going to work through it with you guys. So let's take a look. We're going to construct the bisector of each of these angles. What you're going to do is you're going to take your compass and first place it at the vertex of the angle. Okay, so take the point and place it at the vertex, and then I'm going to make my compass a little bit wider, and I'm going to make an arc that crosses over both of these here. And then what I'm going to do is at each point here that we now have, make that point, that's point. I'm going to now take the point of my compass. You don't have to change the stretch of it. You could make it smaller. You could make it bigger. It's up to you. I'm going to keep it exactly the same. I'm going to start by placing it on one of those intersection points and just make an arc in between the two angles like that. And then do the same thing from the other point. Exactly the same. And then where those two cross, I'm going to make a point. And I'm going to just turn my paper a little. I'm going to start at Q and just connect through this point. There we go. And that's my angle bisector. Okay. So that was on this first angle. I'll go through it again. So doing the same movements with this second angle here, I'm going to take the point of my compass and place it on K. And I'm going to make an arc that crosses over both sides of the angle. So, got a big arc this time. And then from there, again, you can highlight these 2 points here if you'd like. And at those 2 points, I'm going to, again, just take my compass, place the point of it at one of those intersection points we just made, and I'm going to make an arc that's in between the two sides of the angle. Okay? And then do the same thing from this point over here. Make an arc. It's okay that it's below the arc that you originally made. Don't stress about that. And then just make that point there. Then again, just go from the vertex of the angle through that point we just found, and there's your angle bisector. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 simple movements for this one. All right, so that was bisecting an angle. Now we're going to take a look at perpendicular bisector. So it's perpendicular, but it's also bisecting the segment. So this one is also pretty quick as well. Again, all the steps are here for you. What you're going to do is you're just going to take this segment. I'm looking at number 1. I'm going to just take my compass and place the point. I'm going to start at H. My habit's always starting on the right. And I'm going to just extend my compass so that it's a little bit past the middle of it. And I'm going to make an arc above and below. You could make that arc that we just drew here, or you can make like the 2 little pieces. If you want to do that, it's up to you. They're both the same thing, just a different way of doing it. Keep your compass stretched exactly the same and just place the point at G now. And again, make an arc above and below. Where you see the 2 arcs intersect, make those points, and then just connect them with your ruler. Mine's a little off. Like, that's the only time that you guys can erase something. When you mess up and you want to fix it, that's fine. But you can't erase anything that just makes it look prettier. Okay? So there is your perpendicular bisector. And then I'll do the same thing again, just one more time on this page. We're going to start at K, stretch the compass a little more than halfway, make an arc above and below, and then keep it stretched the same. Do the same thing from J, an arc above and below. So you've got those two intersection points. Make it more of a point, and then those two. Okay. Ta-da! There is your perpendicular bisector, or segment bisector is how you guys may see it as well. Okay, so that is that one. Let's take a look at perpendicular through a point that's on the line. So similar idea, it's just going through a specific point. So what you're going to do is here, I'm going to start by placing the point of my compass on that point on the line. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it enough that if I were to turn my compass on each side, it will touch the line. So like, see how wide it is right now? This pencil is not on the line. I want to make sure that it is. So I'm going to make it a smaller width to just make sure that if now it will touch the line on this side, and it definitely will on this side too. So what I'm going to do is once I have that correct width, I'm going to just make an arc on each side of the line. So I'm going to do one there. It could be a small one, doesn't have to be big. And one here, just so I can see where that intersection point is. And I'm just personally going to just highlight these intersection points. And then now you're going to do the bisector steps just like we did before. So I'm going to take the point of my compass, place it on one of those points I just created, stretch the compass so it's a little bit past R, and make an arc above and below. And then do the same thing from the other intersection point you have. Make an arc above and below, just like that. I'm going to make this point here and one right here. And then I'm going to just take the ruler, and you're connecting all three of these together. So you have to draw the perpendicular line, and it has to be through this point R. So that's why you're using all three of these points here. So it should go through R, just like that. I got a little funky down here. Okay. So that's how you would go through a point that's on the line itself. Okay. So you can try out number 2 on your own. I'm going to take a look at if there was a perpendicular line through a point that's not on the line. So this is a little different. Notice that N is not on this line that we're given, that we're trying to draw a perpendicular line through. So I'm going to start by taking my compass and putting the point of it on N. And what I want to do is I want to make an arc down here so that it'll touch this line twice. I need 2 intersection points. So I'm going to just check and make sure if I test it out. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Let's restart that one. Yeah, I put too much pressure on my compass and it moves. Okay. Two. There we go. And then just mark where those intersection points are so you see it easier. There you go. And then you're doing the same steps as before. So now I'm going to take my compass, place the point here, make sure it's a little bit past N. I'm going to make mine a little wider. And draw an arc above and below the line. Then swap it and place the point of your compass on the other intersection point. Make an arc above, below. Highlight these 2 intersection points. And then connect them with your ruler. So again, it should connect through all 3 points here. Ta-da! There you go. Okay. So that is the perpendicular line through a point that's not on the line. And again, I'll leave this one. You guys can test that one out. Then on the back, we do have these 2. I did these during class with you guys. The video is also posted with 12.3 on so December 3rd on Google Classroom. So that video is there for you guys to take a look at too. So those 2 steps will also work for these two questions. So these two questions, again, they're not going to be full-blown questions on the quiz itself. They are just bonus point questions, and only one of them will be there. So if you want to try out that bonus and get a couple extra points, one of these guys will be on there. Okay, and that's it.